Hi, everybody. We're live at Paste Studios right now with Ariel Posen. Ariel, dude, thanks for being here, man.
It is my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, the sound check has sounded great. This is right up my alley. I'm stoked that you guys are doing this with us here today. Thanks for doing it.
Yeah,
and,
we're equally stoked.
Yeah, we are. We're going to hear two off of How Long, which is the debut record. Hear two from that. We're going to hear one that's unreleased, and we're going to hear a cover as well. Can you tell us what you're starting out with?
Yeah, we're going to start with the second single that I put out from the record you had just mentioned, How Long? It's a song called Things That I've Said.
All right.
It goes like this. In line on borrowed time, trying to change my address, and I'm talking to strangers a little too much, trying to get it off my chest. Yeah, I said it though I don't regret how I'm spending my days, and I'm sorry to hurt you with the truth, but it's important that you see me this way. But I don't feel so bad when things just don't work out. Can't seem to get out of bed, and I don't feel so rough when I don't measure up to the things that I said. Well, of course, I'm angry and I'm sad about all the things we've had and won't have again. Ain't it funny how love bows down to money at the stroke of a pen? I'm a little rusted, not sure I can be trusted anymore. Have we forgotten just what it is that we started this for? Oh, but I don't feel so bad when things just don't work out. Can't seem to get out of bed, and I don't feel so rough when I don't measure up to the things that I've said. So bad when things just don't work out. Can't seem to get out of bed. Man, I don't feel so rough when I don't measure up to the things that I've said. Oh, and I don't feel so bad when things just don't work out. Can't seem to get out of bed. And I don't feel so rough when I don't measure up to the things that I've said. Oh, to the things that I've said. Oh, to the things that I've said. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. Thank you, man. It sounds great.
Thank you.
Yeah. Can we, so for the guitar geek contingent, which is probably most of who's watching and listening right now, I would imagine, can we talk a little bit about your slide technique? I mean, the left hand starts to cross over the right hand. It gets very interesting to watch what you're up to. And can we talk about who has influenced you? Who are some of your heroes, and specifically, how has that influenced you? And talk a little bit about that slide technique, because it's fucking amazing.
Well, thank you very much. That's very kind of you. I was brought up on bands, and bands kind of inspired me to start playing guitar in the first place. You know, not so much guitar players, but guitar as an ensemble piece. And I was brought up on the Beatles, and through the Beatles, you know, George would play a lot of slide and like some really tasteful slide. And it was always one of those things I liked doing. And I really got into this Canadian guy named Kevin Bright 12 years ago, who was the first guy that I heard, you know, kind of playing behind the slide, playing some chordal stuff, playing, I don't know, just stuff that I'd never heard, and it really spoke to me. You know, there's so many other great slide players out there, and yeah, that just inspired me, and I said, I want to kind of do something like that. I don't want to do what he's doing, but I want to, you know, do a variation of that. I'm very inspired by what he's doing. So through that, I just kind of went with what felt natural to try to develop a voice and to not think about it too much. And basically, the slide is just an embellishment of what I'd be doing with my pinky anyways. But it's more when you throw it on, you know?
Well, dude, it sounds great. Thank you for bringing it here to the studio today.
My pleasure. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, man. Can you tell us what you're going to do second today?
Yeah, we're going to do the title track from the record How Long, and it's called How Long? Little song about reflection, if you will.
April is letting me down. The sky just don't wanna let up. Muddy pathways, dirt in the alley. April keeps letting me down. Feels like there's no one around. Only these ghosts left in town. Same old story, these rumors in memory. My tap just won't ever run out. Oh, how long could this feel so wrong? I'd love to leave this all behind. This given time, it goes on and on. For how long? I'm finally starting to see I'm not who I thought I'd be. I'm cold on the inside, living a lie. It's getting much harder to breathe. Oh, how long can this feel so wrong? I love to leave this all behind. This given time, it goes on and on. For how long? When I feel the fire, it just feels lost on me. No hope, no desire, the past too hard to see. to leave this all behind. This given time, it goes on and on. For how long? How long can this feel so wrong? I'd love to leave this all behind. Oh, this given time, it goes on and on. For how long? For how long? For how long? For how long? For how long?
All right, thank you. That sounds really, really good. Can we talk about that instrument that you're playing right now? Tell us about what is it? When is it from? Any sort of surgeries it's had throughout its life?
I think the only surgery it had was its birth. At this point, it's by a company out of Austin, Texas called Callings. Great guitars. I've been playing them for a few years now, and yeah, for the guitar heads out there, I've realized in the last couple of years I'm not really a Les Paul guy anymore. But this is kind of a Les Paul, so I'm kind of being a hypocrite. It doesn't feel like one to me. You know, it's a single cut thing. Kind of a jazz master meets a Les Paul, and the pickups are made by a Canadian friend of mine named Tim McNelly, and they don't usually have his pickups in there. So, yeah, it's a great guitar. I love this thing. It's a big part of my sound.
What about the other guy or girl that you were playing in the first song?
Well, funny you should ask. I'm going to be playing that one. Let me grab it.
You see how I nailed that segue?
Sick segue. Yeah, this guitar is made by a friend of mine named Matt Ike in Saginaw, Michigan. And the guitars are called Mule Resophonic. So he builds a lot of resonators, and this is a steel body. I don't know if you can hear that.
Oh, yeah.
And just for a little short story, there's a song on my record, which we're not playing today, but we're playing it tonight at Rockwood if you come out. Nice. There was a song that I played this Tesco Del Rey, $50 I bought in Goshen, Indiana on tour years ago. And I tuned it to this low baritone tuning. Did I mention the song name? It's a song called Get You Back.
Okay.
And it just produced this very vibey, dirty, broken thing that was really fun and added a lot of character to the song. So after it was recorded, I said, well, I guess I need to bring this guitar out on shows to play that song. And surely enough, I did that, and the guitar is just unplayable live, super microphonic, single gold fold pickup in there. So I approached my friend Matt and said, listen, man, I want to do this tuning, and I don't have another guitar that I can really do this in. Why don't we do a Strat kind of guitar? And he does some Telly-style electrics like this. And I finally pulled his arm and convinced him to do it. So it's called the Strato Mule. And I love it. It's kind of becoming a main part of my sound as well. So that's the backstory of the Strato Mule.
Cool,
Yeah.
dude. I'm glad that I asked. That was the best story that I think I've heard after having asked a question like that in the studio. So well done, everybody.
Nice. Got to take a question like that and make it interesting somehow, right?
That's
what we do here.
Yeah. So what's coming up next? You've played 2 off of how long so far, right?
Yes.
And so now we've got an unreleased and a cover.
Yeah. Thought we'd play a new song.
Yep.
And by new, I mean for most of the internet, it would be new. If you've come and seen me live in the last half a year, you would have heard this song. But it'll be on the next record. And that's about it.
Awesome. Wanna hear it?
That was weak. It's not necessarily autobiographical, but it's basically about when you're trying to move on from a broken relationship and you're about to start moving on and, maybe start dating again, or it doesn't even have to be dating, but you basically realize you're too lazy. So it's for those people. It's called Nobody Else. All right.
Yeah, we had big plans. I let it slip through my hands, and I know I jumped the gun. I skipped out on what we should have done. I thought it was enough. It was a good love. Thought we could rise above. Living life, lose track of time. So easy to fall behind. And I know it's all in my head, and I didn't mean all the things I said. I don't wanna find nobody else, and I don't wanna lie to myself. Lost the fire, lost the spark. It left us alone in the dark. Now the damage can be undone, like stepping into the sun. I don't wanna find nobody else, and I don't wanna lie to myself. Out of my head, out of my mind. How did we fall so behind? I thought it was enough. It was a good love. Thought we could rise above, and I don't wanna find nobody else, and I don't wanna lie to myself, and I don't wanna find nobody else, and I don't wanna lie to myself. I don't wanna lie to myself.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, guys. That's great. I like this. I like your band.
How about this band?
Yeah. Can we introduce?
Yes, we can.
Please.
On the bass, we have Mr. Chris Anderson.
All right.
I believe your second Paste session.
That's correct.
Yeah.
He's happy to be back. He was actually very stoked to be back. Mr. Kenny Shaw on the drums.
All right.
His 82nd Paste session. Or was it? You didn't do one. It was something else, right? Anyways.
He's done more Paste sessions than anybody else in history by 77.
He's done more Paste sessions than any Paste sessions exist. Maybe.
Dude, we're on number 1450 right now. We're getting up there.
Huh. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That is serious.
When you guys play, you're playing Rockwood tonight, stage 2 at 9:00, doors at 8:45, show at 9:00. There's a number of shows coming up. You've got Saxon Pub in Austin on Thursday, and there's a one-off in Sweden. Is it? It seems like there's a number of dates on the schedule that are just awesome places that you want to go. The Umbria Blues Fest in Italy on June 21st. Good for you for doing
who
that.
booked this shit? Come on. Well, festival season is upon us, and typically festivals are a lot of one-offs.
Is that what that Sweden show is on May 21st?
Yeah, the Stockholm show. Well, actually, after this tour, I'm flying home to Winnipeg for a night, and then I go straight to Italy for a week to do a guitar kind of, a thing called Guitar Breaks, which is a week-long, I don't know, getaway, vacation, education thing where I'm teaching guitar for a week. So then right after that, Stockholm's maybe an hour and a bit flight away. So I'm going to do some clinics and, a show at Stampin'.
Cool.
And then that's that. But yeah,
So
the Umbria Blues Fest is a one-off. That is straight up fly to Italy and then fly back for one gig.
And what do the arrangements look like? What does the band look like at these various fest appearances this summer? Is it as a trio? Or are you playing anything solo? Or what does it look like?
I usually always play trio. If it allows, I might add a piano player. But usually it's trio. I don't do a lot of solo playing. I really do like it. And on this tour, about a week ago, it was my birthday, actually, and I was in Portland, and I did a solo show there, and it was a riot. I actually really enjoyed it. So maybe I'll do more of that. But I like playing with a band.
Yeah. Well, I like listening to you play with a band, and this has been great. I really appreciate you coming here and doing this.
My pleasure. Thank you.
We got a bonus song happening as well. We're going to do a fourth, which is, this is the cover coming up right now, right?
It is.
Can you tell us what's coming up next?
Yeah, this is a tune called Angeline by a singer-songwriter that is no longer with us named John Martyn. And I discovered his music when I moved to Ireland. I've been actually kind of living there on and off the last couple of years because my wife is going to school there. And, other than making a lot of great friends and meeting a lot of new people, I've just discovered so much more music that never really quite made it to Canada, or at least to me. Right. So he was one of the guys I discovered, and it was like my mind just blew up with, oh my God, I got a lot of music to catch up on. So, yeah, it's a pretty little song. I think we'll play that to send it home.
Outstanding.
Angeline, did you hear me singing? Oh, Angeline, in the heat of the night. Oh, Angeline, did you hear me singing and crying for your name in the hot summer night? It really don't matter if you leave in the morning. It really don't matter if you never come home. Oh, it really don't matter if you take to another. It It really don't matter if you leave me alone. Oh, Angeline, did you hear I've been drinking? Oh, Angeline, did you hear I cry? Oh, Angeline, tell me what were you thinking when you saw me calling your name in the hot summer night? It really don't matter if you leave in the morning. It really don't matter if you never come home. Oh, it really don't matter if you take to another. It really don't matter if you leave me alone. It's only love, a sweet healer. It's only love, a sweet healer. Oh, Angeline, will you always be near me? Oh, Angeline, will you always wear white? Oh, Angeline, I don't wanna be lonely. Oh, Angeline, please stay with me tonight. It really don't matter if you leave in the morning. It really don't matter if you never come home. Oh, it really don't matter if you take to another. It really don't matter if you leave me alone. Oh, it really don't matter if you leave in the morning. It really don't matter if you never come home. Oh, it really don't matter if you take to another. It really don't matter if you leave me alone. It's only love, a sweet healer. It's only love, a sweet healer. It's only love, sweet love.
Thank you.
Man, thank you guys so much for bringing this here. That sounded awesome. Thank you
So much. It's an
Yeah.
absolute pleasure to be here.
Man, have a great show tonight at Rockwood. That's stage 2 at 9:00. And as travel safely, you've got a show in Austin, Texas at Saxon Pub on Thursday night. There are a number of Canadian dates, a number of Western European dates, festivals everywhere. So all that is.
And I'll be back in the U.S. as soon as I possibly can. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
We will stay tuned for that, and best of luck on How Long. That's the solo debut. It's out in the world right now, and you've also got the live sessions, which is out on vinyl right now, or is it in pre-order right now?
It was a pre-order. It's a very limited vinyl. I have a few out with me out on the road, and there are still some left on my online store. If you go to arielposen.com, you can hit the store, get a vinyl, but it's on Spotify and all that jazz. Yeah.
Cool.
Music.
Well, man,
all right.
Yes, yours is good. You guys are all good at it. Thank you for doing it here today. Man, we enjoyed it very much. Travel safely. Thank you, man.
Thanks, man. Pleasure.
All right.
Thanks for having us.